What's going on, everyone? All right, so look, Hollywood is in a time that's very critical, all right? And why do I say that? Very simple, because Hollywood has officially run out of ideas. Make sure to hit that subscribe and let's get into it. Look, Hollywood for years has been putting out good movies, but then it came to a time, I want to say after the 2000 and maybe 2020, things just started going down and films have just gotten worse and they're just more and more just what the hell's going on type of thing, you know? When it comes to the superhero genre, I don't think that it's dead and it's not dying, but at the rate that Hollywood is going, they're slowly killing it off because people are tired of the same thing. It's just a wash, rinse, and repeat type of process, all right? There's no more originality in Hollywood, and then when they do try to come out with something original, they try to cram it and force you with something that's an agenda or woke content or whatever it is that they're trying to push their propaganda crap, right? And they forget that the consumer is not really interested in that. I know for one, I'm not, and probably you're not. You just want to see good entertainment the same way that I want to see good entertainment. You know, I want to see good films, whatever it is, whether it's comedy, whether it's romance, whether it's action, whatever it is. We just want good quality films. And let's not forget that we live in a society today that everything is about social media, and thanks to social media, that's been ruining everything, and especially everybody's attention span. People are just not patient and they don't care about quality anymore. We're shifting, and we have shifted to a route where stupidity and the level of ridiculousness is completely what people are after, and that's what's ruining everything in the entertainment side, because everything is just a meme, it's a joke, it's just stupidity at its finest, and that's what's selling. You get what I'm saying? And it's sad because then you have good directors, because there's a lot of good content out there still, but they're being covered because, again, of social media and, you know, just the stupidity that people are putting on, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, even here on YouTube or whatever platform they decide to use, you know, and then it goes viral, so people are just after that. So now Hollywood has also tried to capitalize, and you know, they try to use things from like mainstream media, if you want to say. They try to throw those jokes into the movies. And then when those movies, they age, they're not going to age right, because that type of humor isn't going to be anymore during the time of the future, you know? And it's a little wild, but at the same time, it's like, you know what? That's Hollywood for you, you know? And then when you have good films, like, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of good stuff out there. You know, it's just too many to name that, you know, to each their own if you want. But when it comes down to some of them, you know, like, for example, certain series or sagas, if you want to say, or whatever franchises, let's put, for example, all right, Universal has Jurassic Park, all right? There's so much that you can do with it, but at the same time, once you're done with it, why continue with it? You're not going anywhere. You get what I'm saying? So much. You already have the Jurassic Park saga. We have the Jurassic World saga. End it. That's it. We don't need another remake, another reboot. Just end it. Leave it as is. All right? Same thing when it comes to Marvel. Marvel, they dominated and destroyed the film industry when they did the whole thing of the Infinity Saga, I guess, if you want to call it, or Avengers Saga. But, you know, what they did when they started with Iron Man all the way to Endgame was amazing. You know, everything connected. It was well played. And everything was good. And like I've said before, and I'll continue to say it, everything with Marvel ended at Endgame. After that, everything is just, again, reboot or trying to connect the pieces to the puzzle that's just no longer there anymore. People are just not interested, you know, just like it was before. Then you have DC. Oh, DC is just completely a mess, you know, and like I said, they didn't want to continue with the Snyderverse, and then they wanted to do another reboot. Every single time it's always a reboot after another reboot, and look at where we're at right now, you know, with James Gunn, and, you know, again, another reboot that people are not interested in. It's just crazy when it comes down to it. But then you have, you know, some that are like, for example, the John Wick movies. Oh, those movies are amazing, you know, like the last one, that's it. Like, leave it as is. Don't even continue no more. Like, that's it, you know, end that chapter and let it be like that. You get what I'm saying? It'll age well, you know. But then when you have movies and you have directors and you have producers, greedy ones, that are like, hey, let's continue, let's reboot this, or let's revive it, or let's just, come on, man, just leave it as is, you know, like, don't do any more to it. Just leave it as is, you know. And then they try to cram it with all their agendas and whatever messages that they try to put, and overall it's just overwhelming, you know. And then you have most of the audience that's just not interested in that. But at the same time, we just want good films, you know. And apparently Hollywood gets to a point where they don't care about what we want. It's just what they want. But then again, you know, numbers at the box office don't lie, and it tells you, you know, what the consumer, the customers, and the fans want, you know. But this is where we're at, you know. What are your thoughts? Make sure to hit that subscribe, and as always, until next time.